Hello everyone, and thank you for watching today. This video is from the Come Follow Me, Old Testament class of the Continuing Learning Program of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Today we will be studying Lesson 18, Numbers. Let's get started. Numbers chapter 1 to 10. Population census etc. This document outlines the rules and regulations that the Israelites followed as they traveled through the wilderness with God at the center. The arrangement of the camps of the 12 tribes of Israel. West: Ephraim, Manasseh, Benjamin. South: Reuben, Simeon, Gad. North: Dan, Asher, Naphtali. East: Judah, Issachar, Zebulun. The Israelites, with the temple at the center, took up their respective tribal spots around it. Now, let's go to the next page. Numbers chapter 11. Revelation from God. The Israelites complained that they wanted to eat meat, vegetables, and fruits, just as they had eaten various kinds of food when they were in Egypt. Moses heard this and prayed to God. Am I supposed to deal with these problems all by myself? God gathered 70 elders of the people and gave them the power that Moses had received, and they too prophesied. Joshua tried to stop Eldad and Medad from prophesying at the camp. But Moses said it was desirable that all the Lord's people become prophets and that the Lord give them his spirit. God sent quail to fly around the encampment. In this way, God revealed not only to prophets but also to people of faith. What can you learn from this? Now, let's go to the next page. Numbers chapters 13 to 14. Reconnaissance into the land of Canaan. The Israelites were encamped in the wilderness of Baalan. They selected people from each tribe and sent them to scout the land of Canaan for 40 days. The scouts described the land of Canaan by showing the fruit they had gathered, explaining that it was a very fertile land. They also described it as a very strong and large land inhabited by a powerful people. Of the scouts, Joshua of the tribe of Ephraim and Caleb of the tribe of Judah said they should enter the land of Canaan, but the others said it was impossible. The Israelites thought it impossible and began to lament. God was saddened by the Israelites' lack of faith and decided that they should spend 40 years in the wilderness before entering the land of Canaan. The 40 years refer to the 40 days of reconnaissance. During this time, all those with negative views, except for Joshua and Caleb, passed away and were unable to enter the land of Canaan. What do you all learn from this story? Please let me know later. Now, let's go to the next page. Numbers chapters 20 to 21. Israel and other nation. The Israelites entered the wilderness of Zin. So the Israelites grumbled because they had no water. Moses struck a rock and water came out. They called it the waters of Meribah. Countries through which Israel passes. Israel, along its journey, requests various countries to simply allow it to pass through without doing anything. Edomites, no passage allowed. Israel tried to take a detour, but Israel complained about the route. God sent a fire serpent. The people cried out to Moses for help, so God made a serpent out of bronze and put it on his staff, and whoever looked upon it would be healed. Amorites, no passage allowed. Israel fought and destroyed them. Moabites, see next page. Now, let's go to the next page. Numbers chapters 22 to 24. Barak and Balaam, kings of Moab. When Barak, the king of Moab, learned that the Amorites had been destroyed by Israel, he feared Israel. Therefore, he asked the soothsayer Balaam to curse Israel. The fortune teller Balaam decided to consult God. God answered Balaam, "Israel is a blessed people, so do not curse them." Balaam relayed this to Barak, but Barak favored Balaam and again asked him to curse them. Balaam replied that no matter how favorably he was treated, he could not defy God. As Balaam was on his way to Barak on his donkey, the donkey stopped when it saw an angel, so Balaam struck the donkey 3 times. Balaam couldn't see it. Donkey said to Balaam, "What did I ever do to you? You hit me 3 times." Balaam told Barak to build an altar and offer a burnt offering, and Balaam prayed to God again, but the answer was the same. What do you all learn from this story? Now, let's move on to summarizing today's lessons. Summary of what we learned this time. 2 Paths of Revelation. Elder Dallin H. Oaks said, "To achieve the worldly purpose of growth, we must use both the personal path and the priesthood path in the right balance." Personal path. Receiving answers through personal prayer without the intervention of others. It's important when making personal decisions or managing family matters. Priesthood path. The Savior, the Lord's Church, and the church leaders act as intermediaries. From the time of apostasy, restored in the latter days. Please note the following. They rely too much on their leaders for the revelations they should receive on their own. They prioritize their own revelations and become disobedient to their leaders. Faith and hope. Rich land. Strong army. God sent spies and showed them these things to test the faith of the Israelites. When faced with what the Lord commanded, I judged that I was unable to do it on my own and therefore failed to obey. As a result, I missed out on the blessing. Rely on the Lord's help. Those things that were not done because it was judged that the problem could not be solved by simple means were not healed. I will comply even if invited. Balaam persuaded others that he could not defy his master. What did you all learn from this lesson? Now, let's move on to today's discussion. Today's discussion. 1. Besides Moses, God called 70 others to receive revelations. There were also others who received revelations. We too can receive personal revelations. What can we learn from this? 2. There are times when we must trust in God in order to receive the promised blessings. What can we learn from Israel, who were afraid to enter the land of Canaan? 3. God sent Israel bronze snakes, and while they were healed simply by looking at them, many perished without ever seeing them. What can we learn from Israel's inability to obey the Lord, even in such a simple matter? 4. No matter how much preferential treatment he received, what can we learn from Balaam, who obeyed God? 5. Do you have any other information, questions, or things you'd like to learn about numbers? Please think about these 5 things and discuss them together. Once we've done that, today's lesson will be over. Finally, we will show you the information. Information. The purpose of this video regarding the Old Testament covered in Come Follow Me is to 1. Support personal study. 2. Help teachers prepare lessons for Sunday school, seminary, primary, etc. 3. Support home study, such as for family home evening. If you would like the PowerPoint data, please send an email to the address below. Thank you for watching until the end. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel, rate it well, and leave a good comment. See you next time.